Now, kinematics in IA, I guess it's uh, in AI, chapter 24, and in AA, chapter 23, AI. And in AI, you will see how many parts there are. 7 parts, but for A, we only will deal with the 4 parts till speed. Okay, let's get started. Before we start, some language of the motion we should know. There's the distance traveled over time, how long you go to the right, to the left, doesn't matter. The speed, how fast is traveling. There was a huge difference between speed and velocity. You should remember in velocity, the direction is also very important. Speed, just how fast you are traveling. Displacement from a fixed point, your movement to the left, to the right. We'll discuss one by one each of them. The acceleration is the rate of change of the velocity. So let's start with the displacement. You need to have the fixed point from where you start to move, and to this fixed point, the change of your place from the name, and the way it will be given usually st equals to, for example, something. And based on this one, when you at time t is time here, at time 0, for example, you find your location will be at 0, so you start from here. At time 1, if you have positive, you are on the right. If you have negative number, you are on the left, your movement, your displacement. In your book, there is a one problem given with the quadratic, so check that one. Let me solve one question from your book, which is with trigonometry. The mass of spring oscillates with displacement of this one, and where t is between 0 and 0.25. At what time the displacement is 6? So the first question, at what time the displacement is 6? So the result is 6 equals to 8 sine 8 pi t plus 6. So when it's 6, so we need to find this time. 6 and 6 will cancel, 0 by 8, so it's actually 0 sine 8 pi t. So when sine is 0, we know that when t equals to 0 at the origin, at the beginning. So at the beginning, you start from 6. Plot the graph. Okay, you can use your calculator, or roughly if we see what's the period is, the period will be 2 pi divided by 8 pi, right? So it will be 1 by 4, 0.25. So here again it's given between 0. So you have one full complete revolution between 0 and 0.25. And we know the maximum. It starts from 6. Your principal axis, so the maximum 8. So roughly, if I need to draw it, you start from 6, let it be 6. Your maximum will be 14, because when it's 1, 80, so your minimum will be minus 2. So between 0 and 0.25, so you go something like this, go down and come back here, 0.25. Roughly the picture looks like this one. And find where and when the mass changes direction. From the picture, if you notice, you go first upwards. At this point, you change the direction. You go down, and at this point, you change also the direction. You go down, then you go up with the displacement. So what are these one? Find where, okay, at 14, when displacement is 14, we can find the time. 14 will be equal to, from this one, 8 sine 8 pi t plus 6, but we all know it when it happens, when if you go with degrees, at 90 degrees, right? So between 0 and 25, if I divide by 4 at the first one, right, at 6, then there's a lower one, and this again up. So it by 2, so 90 degrees, but we don't have 90 degrees, so 0.25 divided by 4. There must be, if you go with the trigonometric period, it will be at the first quarter, so divide by 4, 0.25 divided by 4, so it will give you 0.0625. And for this one, at the minimum, when it's minus 2, you can again use your calculator. Minus 2 equals to the trigonometric, so it's at the third part, so it will be actually the the time. Okay, I'm just going from the picture, but you can go with calculator, just input -2 and find time. It's 3/4 times 0.25. The timing when s equals to -2, it will be 0.1875. Draw a motion diagram showing the information you have found. So what do we start? The motion diagram, we will go with the line. Okay, we have the line, and let's try to write the motion. You start at time 0. So when we started, we said we start here at 6. So at time, we start at 6, at time 0, then we move up to the positivity. It's, okay, the time we know, we come to the 14, at time 0, at time, this one, 0.0625, then we move to the left, we change the direction till -2. We change it till -2, and what time is it? At time of this one, 0.1875. Then again we go to the right, we go to the original place. So here is the motion diagram. You move right, and you move to the left, and you come again to the original place.